I was afraid of love. The words fell softly, yet they carried the weight of years unspoken. When Song Hye Kyo finally opened her heart in a recent, deeply personal conversation, fans around the world felt as though they were listening not to a superstar, but to a woman who had walked through storms quietly and emerged stronger, wiser, and more compassionate toward herself. For someone who has spent decades under the spotlight, admired for her elegance and emotional depth on screen, this confession revealed a side of her that had long remained hidden behind graceful smiles and professional composure. Song Hye Kyo spoke of love not as a fairy tale, but as something that once frightened her. Early in her life and career, she admitted, love felt unpredictable and fragile, something that could easily slip away or turn into pain. The pressures of fame came early, and with them came expectations, scrutiny, and an unforgiving public eye. While others her age were discovering love privately, she was learning how to protect herself in an industry that rarely allows vulnerability. Over time, that protection slowly became a wall. She reflected on how past relationships left marks she did not immediately understand. It wasn't just heartbreak, she explained, but the quiet aftermath that followed. The self-doubt, the hesitation to trust again, the fear that opening up would only lead to another loss. Each experience taught her something, but it also reinforced the belief that loving deeply meant risking everything she had carefully built. In those moments, fear felt safer than hope. There were years when she convinced herself that independence was enough. Work became her refuge, a place where emotions could be expressed through scripts and characters instead of real-life vulnerability. On screen, she could love passionately, lose tragically, and heal beautifully, all while keeping her own heart guarded. Acting gave her a language for emotions she was not yet ready to live fully. Ironically, it was through portraying love that she began to understand her own fear of it. As she matured, Song Hye Kyo began to recognize patterns within herself. She spoke candidly about how she used to retreat emotionally whenever things became too serious. Even when affection was genuine, fear would whisper that it wouldn't last. That voice, shaped by past wounds, often grew louder than the present moment. She realized she wasn't afraid of loving someone, but of losing herself, of being hurt again in ways she thought she had already survived. Time, however, has a gentle way of softening even the deepest scars. Song Hye Kyo shared that healing did not arrive suddenly or dramatically. It came in quiet realizations, in moments of stillness, and in learning to be kind to herself. She stopped blaming herself for the past and began to see her fear as a natural response to pain rather than a personal failure. This shift, she said, changed everything. Friendships played a crucial role in this transformation. Being surrounded by people who loved her without conditions reminded her that not all connections demand perfection or sacrifice. Through laughter, shared struggles, and honest conversations, she slowly relearned what it meant to trust. Love, she realized, doesn't always arrive as romance. Sometimes it begins as safety. She also spoke about learning to sit with loneliness instead of running from it. For a long time, being alone felt like confirmation of her fears. But as the years passed, solitude became a space for growth rather than emptiness. In that space, she rediscovered who she was beyond public perception and past relationships. This self-awareness became the foundation upon which she could eventually welcome love again. What moved fans most was her honesty about still being a work in progress. Song Hye Kyo did not present herself as someone who had completely conquered fear. Instead, she acknowledged that vulnerability still scares her, but it no longer controls her choices. She has learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. When asked what love means to her now, her answer was calm and grounded. Love, she said, is not about dramatic promises or constant reassurance. It is about peace, mutual respect, and the freedom to be oneself without fear of abandonment. It is choosing someone who feels like home, not like a test of endurance. This understanding, shaped by years of reflection and healing, reflects a woman who has learned from pain rather than been defined by it. Her words resonated deeply, especially with those who have carried similar wounds in silence. Many fans saw their own fears mirrored in her story. The fear of trusting again, of opening up after disappointment, of believing that love can still be gentle. By speaking openly, Song Hye-kyo gave voice to emotions many struggle to articulate, reminding them that healing has no fixed timeline. In an industry that often celebrates perfection, her vulnerability felt revolutionary. She did not glamorize heartbreak or minimize its impact. Instead, she honored the complexity of human emotion, showing that even those admired from afar grapple with doubt and fear. Her openness became a quiet act of courage, one that deepened the respect people already had for her. As she continues her journey, Song Hye-kyo stands not just as an accomplished actress, but as a woman who has chosen honesty over pretense. Her confession, simple yet profound, serves as a reminder that fear does not make us weak, makes us human. And sometimes, acknowledging that fear is the first step toward a love that feels real, safe, and finally free.